Robert, taking an aggressive boxer puncher like Mikey and moving him up to 140, which he hasn't really actually fought at, what attributes were you looking to focus on during training camp? More like speed, power, footwork?
Mike's got to be very fast during training camp, very fast, and his footwork's got to be very, very, very good. But like I said, you know, if there's a fight that we have to back him up and fight similar to what Maidana did, we're also going to be ready for that. Mikey spars bigger guys all the time. Mikey, you know, there's no sparring partners that we're going to have that are less than 147 pounds. So Mikey's already used to sparring bigger guys anyways. He's sparred Maidana many times. He's sparred Brandon Rios many times. He's sparred a lot of great fighters that are 147. So that shouldn't be a problem for Mikey.
Sorry.
Robert, he's been very respectful for you guys. Is that throwing you off a little bit? A lot of people expect him to be, you know, the Adrien Broner that he is. He's more respectful to you guys.
What? So what's it?
He's respectful to you guys. Yesterday.
Well, it did surprise us, you know. He, especially yesterday. Today, he said a few things that he didn't say yesterday. Yesterday in New York, he was very friendly, very respectful. He said we're friends for a long time. You know, I'm not his friend. He's not my friend, honestly. I know who he is. You know, we kicked his ass with Maidana. That's the closest I am to him. You know, he's not my friend, but you know, he wants to be my friend. He wants to be Mikey's friend. He says he's very good friends with Maidana. I don't think they've ever talked since Maidana kicked his ass. So is that a strategy or is that fear? I don't know. Or respect. Could say it's more respect. You know, he wants to show respect, but because he doesn't look bad after the fight. He knows it's not an easy fight, so he doesn't want to look bad after the fight.
He said that you guys could have fought earlier in your careers, I guess, at a lower weight, but that you guys kind of waited, I guess, to get the bigger pay, that give more money out of it. What did you make of that? That you guys could have possibly?
That was never.
Because he was at 130.
That was never mentioned before. When that happened, Mikey was still signed with Top Rank, and he was fighting under the Golden Boy promotion, and they never even mentioned that fight until just recently when Mikey came back from his 2.5-year layoff and started fighting, you know, under Showtime, you know, through Al Heyman. That's when they started mentioning it. But before that, we had never heard about that fight.
Mikey Garcia is victorious at 140 pounds. Will you remain? You have Mikey remain at 140 pounds.
You know, just like Mikey says, it all depends on what's out there. You know, Mikey would rather come down to 135 and maybe defend his title, unify it against Linares, Flanagan, those type of fighters, or Lomachenko if he moves up to 135. That's what Mikey prefer. But there's also a possibility that they've already talked about Manny Pacquiao. Fred Roach has mentioned it. A lot of people have mentioned it. So if Mikey looks great and beats Broner, knocks him out, you know, then they're probably going to ask for that fight. That's probably the fight that makes sense. So it's all going to be depending on the outcome, and we might have to maybe move up a couple pounds to fight Pacquiao, or move back down to 135 to fight any of those fighters at 135.
Is he naturally the bigger fighter, or who? Adrien, who's bigger?
Well, you know, you could say that naturally he is a bigger guy because he's fought at 147 before. But he also came up from 130. Mikey's coming up from 126, 130. So yeah, we could say he's a bigger guy. But you know, that doesn't mean he's going to be stronger than Mikey. That doesn't mean he hits harder than Mikey.
Is that going to slow him down? You got to slow him down a little.
No, I don't think it'll slow Mikey down. Mikey was coming down to 126 and 130, and that was really hurting him. You know, he was killing himself to make 130. Now at 135 and 140, I think he's at his natural weight. I think Mikey's much stronger than he was at 126 and 130.
Robert, did you always envision Mikey being on this type of stage when he started back in 06?
You know what? When Mikey started in the amateurs, we never really pictured that. But the first national tournament that he went to, and Mikey only had 10 fights, 10 amateur fights, and he was able to go to the Junior Olympics and compete against the best fighters in the nation and beat most of them. He lost a controversial decision, a very close decision in the very finals. Mikey beat a couple of the best guys in the nation with only 10 amateur fights. That told us that one day Mikey could be in big stages, and I think this is just the beginning. This is the first of many more big fights.
Have you guys trained for, like, psychologically? Because you know how, like, the Maidana fight versus Broner, where he was doing those games and kind of trying to get under the skin. Have you guys thought of that?
That doesn't bother us, you know. With Maidana, we didn't practice that either. It was something that, you know, happened. Maidana thought about it and got him back. You know, it wasn't like we planned it. You know, we're not gonna plan that out. Mikey's gonna be mentally prepared to win the fight. Whatever Broner does is gonna be his business. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do stuff like that, but that's not gonna get to our head. That's not gonna get Mikey frustrated or anything like that. Mikey's gonna be very focused and just go out there to do his job.